a big believer in do what you can today because tomorrow you might not be able to do it. Doing those things before I'm too old, I don't want to be 90 saying I should have done that challenge or I should have done that.
Especially girls, please believe in yourself and do amazing.
I feel like once you hit 50, people are declared old. I don't want to be old. I don't want to be seen as that in society. So being able to prove that you don't have to accept age as an excuse not to do something is really important.
It's on again. My hip is playing up, super frustrating. Day 3 is going to be tough.
No real sleep again. I'm tired.
Bladder not so good.
Gonna be an emotional few days. 200 to go. Still a long way.
I'm Natalie Dau and I'm an ultra runner and I'm attempting Project 1000. Which is a 1,000 kilometre run from Thailand to Singapore, doing 2 marathons a day for 12 days. I've always been a runner, especially throughout my 20s. Back then, it's more about losing weight or just trying to look good. But I really didn't take it seriously until I hit my 30s, so I'm definitely a late bloomer. I'm attempting Project 1000 for a couple of reasons. Number one, I want to give back, so I'm raising money for a charity called Girls, so empowering girls through body image and sport, and also to test my own limits, both physically and mentally. I've just turned 52, and for me, it's about pushing my own limits and boundaries, and I want to prove that you're never too young or never too old to chase your dreams.
Okay, so let's start off with day on day, and then after we cover the day, and then we will explore maybe 2 to 3 contingency plans.
My name is Arthur. I am a full-time triathlon swimming, cycling, running coach, and I'm the founder of Elevate Performance Coaching.
Tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
timeline-wise, we will be waking up.
Yeah, we're leaving I think we're leaving the thing about 4.
Nat and I first met during COVID, so that would be 2021, while filming a series called Zero to Hero. She was the host of the show and I was the coach on the show. Because of that, we saw each other almost every day, and that was when my daughter Hayley was born as well. So Hayley had close interaction with Nat, and we share the same values when it comes to family, when it comes to like being in the world of sports. I think that's what bonded us together. She told me about her grand plan to run 1,000 kilometers from Thailand through Malaysia back to Singapore. I wasn't surprised. I think in my head I quickly ran through the distance and the days and the mileage, and I knew that, knowing Natalie and what she is capable of, it is absolutely possible. What I was surprised with is that she had no contingency plan.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for choosing us as central hub for this great event.
In Thailand, we had the luxury of the local universities, the locals supporting us throughout the 3-day journey from Hayat University all the way to the Thailand-Malaysia border. So there was no navigation required. They were preparing all the ice for the subsequent days, all in ice boxes ready for us to take over.
Mook coordinated all of the Thailand bit for us. I met Mook 13 years ago. Both our daughters have been best friends since they were 2 years old, so she was definitely out of her comfort zone, reaching out to people she hadn't spoken to in many, many years and making it all happen and getting them to buy in on the project. And then obviously the charity element, she was very, very passionate about making sure that we did that.
discussing with Natalie about the strategy of how we're going to run this Project 1000. The plan was to just give the marathon a go. That means we will be looking at this 24 marathons from Thailand to Singapore, and she will execute 2 full marathons with no break in between.
D-Day, guys, 25th of May. Feeling very nervous and emotional, and I'm about to embark on the journey of a lifetime.
I'm feeling very thankful for all these wonderful people from Hat Yai University and from the community who have put so many hours into helping make this project hopefully a success, and hoping that we can help to impact the local community and especially girls in Thailand. I don't know if I can finish, but that's why we set big goals. My expectation is one step at a time, keep pushing forward and finish and prove to people that you can dream big and chase your dreams no matter what.
Guys, we're at the start line for Project 1000. We're all here and we're all ready to go.
Okay, yeah, a bit nervous like everyone, but excited. I think it'll be okay once it all starts.
Almost ready to go. We're just making sure that all our devices are logged in. Okay, shall we start?
Yeah, we should start.
3, 2, 1, start.
Yeah, good.
Alright.
Yeah.
Nat, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Just want to start now.
Counting down. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and she's on!
Alright, Nat, you're ready to go.
Let's go!
It was an early start. We started off from Hat Yai University and off we went with a group of maybe 30 to 40 people down the highway at 4 a.m.
Now we're going up the viaduct bridge. I'm just managing the pace a little bit. We are still early in the 1,000 kilometers.
We were in our element. She was running, I was cycling next to her, things was flowing, the anxiety slowly faded away, and we knew the journey has started and there's no looking back from there.
So there was a real Singapore contingent that was up for the start that was great. I met Pee-wee about 14 years ago at a coffee shop after running, her and her husband, and we've remained friends ever since. You know, when she found out I was doing this, she took it on as a personal challenge for herself. She's been in Florida, she's missing her friends, so this was a good way for us to keep connection and have a common goal as well.
But yeah, we're going to be early. It's only because I'm running with this one. Oh, no.
Serena's such a gorgeous friend. We met running past each other multiple times and then just stopped and talked one day, and we were fast friends from there. Anyone that knows her knows she's such a special person, and anyone that has her in their life is very, very lucky.
I need to get hotter, obviously. But we're really good, nearly halfway for the first one. We're at 19.5.
I think the energy levels were super high on that morning and we were all running on adrenaline finally.
Less than 4K to go.
At our first school to visit, we got to the school and the girls were all lined up cheering as we came in, so to me that's what it's all about. Amazing first marathon, I couldn't have asked for it to go better.
Thank you very much for
for welcoming me. Thank you for the beautiful cheer.
I look at even that first marathon and we breezed through it and I thought this is going to be fantastic. Like, oh wow, we stopped once, you know, doing it easy, I'm feeling great. But that all came crashing down marathon 2.
Of our second marathon, 4 hours in, we have been going on for the last 9 hours and 4 minutes, covering 73 kilometers so far. And it is now almost 4 p.m. and it's scorching hot. Nat, how are you feeling?
Hot. Yeah, it's just hot.
Very quickly, by the afternoon, we got a hard slap in our face with the truth.
It's hot.
The lovely heat kicked in, which again, living in Asia, we're used to, but maybe not as hot as what it was.
1 o'clock and it is hot. Oh my gosh.
I wonder how hot it is.
By the time we hit the afternoon marathon, Ned and I was at a gas station, lying down flat on the ground, trying to take cover from the sun, and we were completely burnt out.
Because I can't see the map. Right. Yeah, I can't see my screen.
The heat was our biggest enemy. The moment the sun came out, we were sweating a lot more aggressively. We were looking for cold drinks, we were constantly looking for ice. The rest cycles also were a lot more frequent. Very quickly, we realized that how demanding this project is going to be. Yeah. The fatigue really set in quite quickly. I very quickly saw not tilting to one side during the run.
And it wasn't until about 30 k's of that marathon my hips started to go a bit wonky. And then with every single step, it got worse and worse. It got to the point where I couldn't push any further. I was scared and I was worried and disappointed that something like this had happened so early on.
So we've stopped early today at 81.5 instead of 84 because my hip is playing up. Super frustrating.
Everyone was worried that, is this over on day one, and we haven't even completed what we set out to do.
Not the perfect first day, but it is what it is.
I just knowing I'd had a similar injury before, whether I could recover from that to start again the next day at 4 a.m. was a real worry.
Get us to finish a marathon in 6 hours.
Yes.
6 hours, 6 hours. We'll play the rest, I'll give you a standing rest.
By the first day, I think our plan was thrown out the door. We quickly kicked in our contingency plan in terms of breaking the run down further into smaller bite-sized chunks.
So we will not do the 20 kilometers things because I actually just had a call with Jenny. Jenny don't recommend we don't taper down. We go bottom up and your hips going good. Then we scale it up to 20k.
Okay.
Yeah, because you mentioned you're 7 out of 10 now. If you're 3 out of 10, then she'll say, okay, you go ahead and try a 20k.
Yeah.
Day 2, hip is feeling better than it did last night, and now we'll just one foot in front of the other, follow Arthur's plan and execute and get it done.
Got it. Okay, stick to the plan.
Matt and Lily left early in the morning. We left them, and it was hard. Yeah. It would be the longest time I'd been away from Liliana ever since she was born. And knowing that I'd been injured and I didn't even know if I could run properly at that point. If I'm giving up my time with my family to be away from them, then I need to get this thing done. The three of us are super close family. We like spending time with each other. And we like doing simple things together, like movie afternoons on a Sunday. And Matt and I love watching her play sport or do whatever she loves doing. You know, I think we've got a really, really special bond.
Yeah, such a great support.
When I told her about Project 1000, she wasn't actually that surprised. I think she's used to me doing crazy things, obviously, but you know, she was like, yeah, you can do it. You can do it, Mummy, no problem. Be safe, but go and do it.
How's the hip feeling? Feeling good? Yeah. Walking in 3, 2, 1, and walk.
We will no longer be targeting the run based on distance. Instead, we will be running based on time function. So in every 15 minutes, we will have a minute and a half walking recovery in that sense. And during that walking recovery, Nat will be made to hydrate herself, take her fuel, take her salt tablets, let the body kind of settle down while not under the stress of constantly running.
Last lap, 7:46. We are walking in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have a minute and a half. ISO.
The area of Thailand we were running in was not the beautiful beaches of Phuket or the lovely mountains of Chiang Mai. It was the areas we were told not to run in. They were deemed unsafe. Military coups and bombings a regular thing.
Felt safe because we'd had police escorts the whole way and didn't have to think about navigating or safety or anything along the way.
Yet, what we experienced was just the kindness of strangers.
So sweet, everyone's waving, beeping. It's so, yeah, my favourite part of the run so far.
That is in the 100 km zone now.
900 to go! Woo!
We are 1/10 done.
Yes! Yeah, beautiful start to the day today, so feeling good. Hips, I know it's there, but it's manageable. And Arthur's got us on plan, and I'm loving the new plan. So I'm doing what I'm told for the first time in my life. That's so true. I know.
I like to control my own actions, but I also know that other people have invested their time in being there with me to make this success. You know, I put my trust in my team to make that decision and look after me.
I'm under instructions from Matt to listen to Arthur.
Thailand, we were on the road and all of a sudden this soldier popped up from nowhere, and we didn't know who he was. He didn't really speak English, and he just started running. We then found out he was a soldier and was there to run with us, and his crew would be, you know, there every 5Ks passing us water and supporting. We'd get people running out of their house passing water, or someone trying to give us fruit. The support along the way for what most people wouldn't know what we were doing was crazy, and seeing people give to when they have nothing but they're willing to give. Yeah. That's the life-changing thing about this run. The human kindness and the good people along the way. Yeah, people with nothing, just wanting to help. It was overwhelming hearing kids chant your name a block and a half out before you got there. We're also exhausted, and just seeing the hopes in kids' faces, that's what we forget about. We're thinking we're talking to adults, but we're actually impacting the younger generation.
Do you want to say what you said to me? We can put... Oh, wow. Thank you. Yes. So thank you. Please follow. And especially girls, please believe in yourself and do amazing things.
All of the children that we had given the scholarship to had come out, so you could actually see the kids that were going to benefit from this. In the ice bath, and actually two little boys, but one in particular, a 7-year-old who was a recipient of one of the scholarships, came up and grabbed my hands and held them to his heart, said thank you, and then I was inspiring him. And so I never thought as a 52-year-old that could inspire a 7-year-old little boy in southern Thailand to follow his dream.
Thank you. Oh, yes. Very good. Very good. Thank you. My trip is to talk to young women and to help them, help empower them and be proud of their bodies. So we would like to give to your friends as well, and the girls that have come.
In my college.
In your college, and the girls that have come today.
I want everyone to believe they can do whatever they want to do, and believe in yourself and go and try, and it doesn't matter if you fail, you keep trying. So especially girls.
A beautiful lady ran the whole way, and then finding out her backstory was that she was actually a recipient of a scholarship from Hagai University. So she came from a very underprivileged background, and then she did her master's, and now she's doing a PhD. So to see that come full circle, and then her wanting to give back and be part of something, and she was a ball of energy and light along the way and keep running with us.
Good morning. Sun is out. It's hot already.
We are anticipating a 65-kilometer run to the border of Thailand and Malaysia.
It was a super hot last day in Thailand, I think, edging up to 39 degrees.
The heat was the worst, honestly. The physical discomfort was what Nat and I already anticipated to be enduring through, right? But nothing could have prepared us for the heat.
Last 4 hours of running in Thailand.
Thailand was a real closure point, knowing that it was just going to be the 6 of us in Malaysia, and the dynamic would change yet again as we headed across the border.
We are at the border crossing Thailand to Malaysia. We're going over on the ferry.
Thank you so much.
Malaysia. Truly Asia. Here we are. We are at the entrance to Malaysian Customs. It is 5:11 on the 27th of May, and this is our starting point to run the Guinness World Record for fastest time on foot Malaysia Peninsula.
Left watch first. 3, 2, 1, hit. Right watch. 3, 2, 1, hit.
The moment we crossed the border, trying not to waste time, Nat and I set out from the customs as quickly as we could, thinking that we can cover as much miles as possible. The network of roads in Malaysia is quite vast, and to try to set this Guinness Book of Record, we want to be able to take the most efficient route.
We run through Thailand.
Okay.
Now we run through all the way Malaysia to Singapore. World record.
World record.
Yeah, so we need your help, okay, brother?
Okay.
Okay, gotta help us.
As soon as we hit Malaysia today, we've been on freeways most of the time in Thailand, which has been fantastic because we've had police or military guard in front of us. We don't have that in Malaysia, so we're doing some of the smaller roads and staying off the freeways because they're just too busy.
The beginning of the Malaysia route was all about just getting our process in place, fine-tuning things, understanding what we needed to do now that we were on our own.
So what has annoyed me and frustrated me today, because there's always got to be something in the day apparently, is that I've got a UTI or a bladder infection. Hasn't got any better, it's gotten worse, so I've probably stopped, I don't know, 30 times at least today. So we're going to go to the doctor now and hopefully it's fixed.
It shows that the leukocyte and nitrate, which usually indicates infection, it's positive. And then there's also a bit of blood. So I think we'll give you antibiotics for 1 week.
Okay.
It was the first day we were running in Malaysia. We pushed our start time from 5 a.m. to 3 a.m. For Natalie and myself, we are very used to starting our workouts at very early in the morning. So we were enjoying the peace and quiet. The strategy was to do a huge part of our running in the dark because we wanted to escape the afternoon hot sun.
It's hot again. Same, no different lah. We'll be doing 85 today to finish it up.
I think we're all feeling really flat after the Thailand experience, then waking up even earlier, and the heat hadn't got any better. Arthur was definitely suffering, wasn't eating enough.
With the morning marathon, when the weather is a lot cooler, everything seems really good. I think the true test of her grit and resilience is in the afternoon when we are running in the basking sun and everything is just in pain, you're sore, you are sweating, everything's uncomfortable.
My palms would get numb when the rides gets really long. I guess I kept it to myself at that point of time because it wasn't something too alarming at the beginning. When I realized I was really struggling.
How are you doing, Arthur?
Tired. Today has been really tiring.
I was already anticipating some lower back pain and shoulder pains from being locked up in that bike cycling position for really long. But I guess as endurance athlete, we always try our best to overcome that. I had to put my ego aside and relied a lot on my teammates to provide me a lot of the aid. So everybody was helping me open bottles, cooling me down during the rest stop. I think through that experience, we just built a lot of trust with the rest of the team. We knew that we relied on each other for the success of this project.
0.8. Okay guys, we just clocked 300 Ks. Singapore, we're coming for you. This morning, I'm feeling fantastic, to be honest, except for my bladder infection. That's still making me stop and pee about every 15 minutes, so not ideal. Legs are good, body's good. Yeah, bladder not so good.
By the end of the day, I think my UTI had really kicked in and I was dry reaching and not feeling fantastic at all. At that point, it was almost admit defeat and we need to walk in. almost the start of accepting that physically I've got limitations, and I've got to accept that if some of those limitations is walking a little bit more than what I want to, then that's going to have to be what this is about.
When her body has failed her, her hip was in pain, her UTI was causing, a lot of discomfort. Her ability to focus on the task at hand, mind over body, her ability to control her emotions and constantly move forward is so strong. I never once had to motivate her or cheer for her in any sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I hit the wall. I don't know whether I still had my UTI at that time. I don't know whether it was a cumulative thing of still dealing with that and being frustrated. I remember the heat being awful, and I just remember being back on an awful freeway as well. All of those things combined just did not help. I wanted to be performing better, and I wasn't, and I was probably disappointed in myself. The first time, didn't feel like I could push through. So I had to take some time out, have a little chat to myself, cool down, and then just try and get on with it.
One marathon in at 8:30, so that means hopefully we're done by around 3 p.m. today.
Natalie actually did most of the route planning prior to us starting Project 1000. The Thailand team also helped her map out the route. But it was in Malaysia where we started to study the map a little bit deeper and realized that there were a few other options that we could have taken. And we needed to make a very conscious decision and stick to it, because the moment we picked that path, there was no U-turning back.
Initially, we were supposed to go by this way down.
Oh yes.
Right? So instead, we are going this way down.
Yeah.
And the two critical points are here and here, which I have.
When we were on the ground executing the run, decisions were made on the ground to change route along the way.
I hate everyone sitting in aircon at the moment, or even in shade. I don't like anyone sitting under a shady tree right now.
She hates you, she hates you.
$400 on the Garmin watch, guys. It's been a long, hot 400. And it's not getting any better anytime soon. I'm going to take that. These are my best friends. Thank you, James.
30 seconds. We came across this opportunity that James has identified by going off-road. And we reviewed the map and we decided to take the bet, take the chance to go off-road. And that was when the vehicles had to separate from Nat and myself. There was a lot of anxiety when I was traveling through that because Nat gave me complete trust.
Arthur was very concerned that we were on the right or the wrong path. If we were on the wrong path, so be it, it didn't matter. And I didn't want him to feel so responsible.
I wanted to make sure that we were on the right path, so I was actually cycling forward to just double check the location and coming back to link up with her. There was a lot of anxiety. So by the time I linked up with the rest of the crew at the link up point, I got very, very excited.
The joy on his face when he found that he was on the right path and came back, and he looked like he was reborn.
He came back smiling.
Love it.
I think gave me some energy and gave me the uplift that I needed at that time.
We are here to support Nat. We'll be running for about 8 to 10 kilometers with her.
As long as we could, so if we can stand the heat.
It's very very inspiring. I mean, being an ultra marathon runner, 1,000 km is, I don't know, crazy.
Upside was that the ASICS team from Malaysia, a couple of them came and joined and ran with us, which was lovely to up the spirit.
100 meters to 500 kilometers.
Oh my god, 500
And we were sort of aiming for that 500 goal, and they were able to share in that 500 kilometre goal, knowing that we were finally halfway through.
Done!
500 kilometers in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, 500 guys. Let's bring it home.
Halfway there, already a good job crushing it, so just another halfway to go.
And anybody would have been happy with 500. But are we happy with 500?
No, we're not happy with 500.
We barely started. We're gonna go for another 500.
Obviously, this is not about a Guinness World Record for me at all. That was very secondary. But the 1,000, why 1,000? Why not? At 52, that I thought I'd be running 1,000 Ks, but I am. I really want to prove to women out there that they can do anything. And I think especially as you get older, you lose your identity. You doubt yourself. And I just want to, show people that you don't have to do that. And, you can still go and achieve things that are meaningful to you. They might not be to someone else, but are meaningful to you at any age. We are in day 8, 1 a.m. No real sleep again, a couple of hours, and have a long day ahead, and I'm tired. So we're past halfway, not letting myself get excited yet. That will come on Tuesday as we head towards JB.
In the mornings, I walked ahead like I normally do, started our watches, off I went, and then realised my watch hadn't started. With some really strict rules that we were following, I had to make the whole team backtrack to the start point again, and we had to restart. As a result of that, and knowing that we had hills ahead, it was all about head down, just dig in. Arthur was obviously reading my vibes and leaving me alone as well. And I was just in my own headspace for that morning. All that was in my mind actually was, okay, how many hours till I call the family? How many hours till I call the family? And that was keeping me focused at that time. So I was head down, running on a road, not thinking anything. Arthur always sort of was sitting behind me. And then all of a sudden,
really invested, quite rightly so.
Holy Oh, you're a good Arthur impersonator.
I had to say so, you didn't recognise me. How are you, legend? What have I missed?
it was bad. And I so did not expect him to turn up at all. And it was exactly the right time that I needed him the most.
Left at 9 o'clock.
Last night?
Yeah.
Holy
Matt is very a man's man. We've been together for about 20 years now.
Good, and how's your UTI?
It's slightly better today. Well, it gets worse.
He could not be more supportive of anything I ever do. I think with any relationship, it has to be based on trust, first and foremost, and respect. And I think that's why it works so well for us.
No, yeah.
We're going fast though. doing amazing. It's been great to watch. It was very sad when me and Liliana left. It felt very strange not to be still involved in it. It's just nice to be back here and watching it all unfold.
Yeah, that was definitely a massive turning point in the right direction for me, that he was there and my energy and spirits lifted.
About 650k in.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling much better than I was this morning. It's nice, we're on the coast now. There's a bit more to look at. And
There's a bit more to look at behind you too.
yes, there is. Yes, I just said he would have been cycling for a couple of hours by the time he gets in the car too, so Arthur's got a well-earned break.
Matt was encouraging on the bike, he took Arthur's bike, and we ran the rest of that day. I think that's probably my biggest comeback, to be able to do that.
Nizam, I'm from Kuala Lumpur. I know her from IG, but I met her during the meta race in Kuala Lumpur recently. She told me that she's going to tie me to run with her. I probably will join her for 50k.
How are you feeling?
My UTI is getting better.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. I'll take that.
But my left leg is definitely swelling and sore.
Yeah.
For some reason, in the afternoon, I hit the wall again. In my mind, you know, we'd been walking maybe 5k stints at maximum to get through points, but there was still about 20k's to go. And I just said to Matt, I think I'm just going to have to walk these 21k's, thinking I would pick it up and run again, but I think that afternoon I just had nothing left.
And I know at that point of time she just needed to continue to charge forward, and thank goodness Matt was there. And they were just side by side, constantly moving forward. And that was very nice to see because it really showed the determination.
I just started walking because every step forward in my mind is a step closer to the finish line.
You know, at moments whereby I feel like she is at her lowest, she has this ability to stay positive even during the very down moments. That woman is one tough chick. She is really, really tough. You're a fighter, Mom.
I am a fighter, aren't I?
Fucking fighter.
It is 12:33 a.m. on the 3rd of June, and we are starting at our finish point from yesterday.
3, 2, 1, resume.
We hit 800 km, and for me, I guess that was more of a mental barrier, knowing that I've done a 200k race before, so I've done this. If I just have to keep walking from this point forward, I will make it in time. On quite a nice path that wasn't too busy, and both of us spotted a Singapore number plate on a car, and it's people waving and starting, and then we realised that it was Eugene and the Hypackers group that was there. Immediately that brought some amazing energy.
Hello guys, look! Hi Panthers! I'm back from Singapore, driven all the way to meet us this morning.
Let's go!
Serena's here.
Almost there, okay?
Serena came back, you know, she'd been in this at the beginning with us, and she'd come with David. And so again, it felt like we've got this team now. We're all tired, we're getting 3 hours sleep, and these people are here to help and want to be part of it. You know, one of my best friends there was amazing, and she quickly took charge, looked at my current state, pushed Arthur aside and came up with the strategy around the hills because it was a very hilly day. You know, you've got this national athlete sponging both Arthur and I down, handing drinks out, handing salt tablets out. You know, coming in there to help with that, you know, she's next level.
Is it Claire?
No. This crazy person comes running down on the side of the highway. And we're all like, who else is doing something stupid like this? And it was one of my good friends, Claire.
Come on, you hot sweaty mess!
Who had literally driven to run 5 kilometres with us.
Come on!
I think she brought everyone's energy level up because that's who she is. It always surprises me the length people will go.
But thank you, so nice to see you.
You know, I would never ask anyone to join in or to do that because I understand time is precious. Volunteered to come up and do that, so it was a huge commitment on their part to be part of that too.
Love you so much.
That was a really special end to the day.
We are at day 11, guys, running to the border today. Super excited.
So day 11, we started super early and making superb time. Like actually surprising myself that I felt good, knowing that this would be our last day in Malaysia.
Then you just map it out, add everything up, because the balance will be what JB is 84.
Arthur had major concerns about JB before we even started this whole run. And I guess I had known that the traffic would be bad, but not how bad the conditions would really be. They were definitely the worst roads that we'd encountered. Were on somewhat highways with no road shoulder, with trucks, cars, motorbikes, you name it, going past it, very high speed. It was the first time I'd felt unsafe with that amount of traffic on the road. And I just wanted to cross that border into Singapore. An experience that I've never done is walking from Malaysia to Singapore across the bridge with the traffic.
That was the most intense 10K walk ever. It is June 4th, 5:57 p.m. and we are at the border of Malaysia and Singapore, our finish point for the Guinness World Record. I am crossing the causeway. Holy crap. Never done this before. Wouldn't recommend it. Back to Singapore.
Very excited to see close friends, but at the same time a little bit sad, like we knew that it was coming to an end. By the time we reached Singapore, we knew we made it.
You look like you were shopping at the grocery store.
When we made our way to the park, Lily and Matt were there, and Arthur's family were there, Serena was there, and we were doing our final wrap-ups for the evening.
Good. I just did a surprise for Mum.
Back on home soil and it feels good. Yeah, I love Singapore. Where
and then my mum and dad poked their head out. They're so supportive in every single thing that I've done for my life and watched every single sporting game that I've played. So I was almost disappointed not to see them there when I turned up.
Oh, I'm glad you're here.
The minute you started running, you said, we've got to go. We've got to be there. How are we? I'm glad
The atmosphere running in Singapore on the last day was electrifying. There was already like 20-30 runners waiting for us, many of our close friends.
Day 12, I never thought it would be here. We did it, I know. Now, it's all about having fun. And yeah, just enjoying all the hard work. And I think for me that's what life's all about, is experiencing things with people that you love.
Okay, let's run in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We originally told ourselves we got to be very careful with the pacing and continue with our fueling strategy, but I think very quickly that kind of went out the door. We continued our fueling, but Nat was definitely running much faster than she was in the last couple of days. I feel like the Singapore crowd really brought that energy, and then she was roaring to go.
Already the energy was so different. I mean, I had nothing in my tank left to give out. My body was broken. Mentally, I was so exhausted, but I knew that the last day in Singapore was just all going to be run on adrenaline and taking other people's energy for that day.
Natalie Dau is chasing the finish line here in Singapore at the Westin because that's where she's going to end up on.
Tell us why you're here this morning.
That is inspiring and I like it.
That's a good fun thing. You've got a cool daddy, but they should do that.
We told a teacher.
So it was really nice running along, having conversations with different people, people I didn't know, people that popped up and joined along the way. So it was sort of delight and surprise. Yeah, going to the schools in Singapore, I mean, UWC has a special place in my heart because it's where my daughter has gone to school since she was 3.5 years old. And those schools believe in everything that I believe in.
Supporting girls, and so it was about finding a platform where we could support body positivity amongst girls, amongst cultures, and help underprivileged girls have access to sport and health.
How many marathons have you run before?
I'm ultra running a lot, like 10 ultra races, so like 100Ks and more.
Why did you come to UWC out of every other school that I think Asia?
That's a good question.
Why did I come to UWC? Well, my daughter goes to UWC. She's in grade 9. So she's been here since grade 1. So we went to 5 schools in Thailand, which was an amazing experience. But I have to say, the crew, when we hit the schools today, the boys were crying, everyone was crying. So you guys are a very special community and represent everything that this run was about. So thank you so much.
Being able to share that with a younger generation was mind-blowing.
I see the flag, I see the flag.
We hit the 1,000 kilometre mark quite early on the final day, but knew there were hundreds of people still waiting to join us, and we didn't want to let them down. So we made the decision to keep on running and ended up clocking 1,040 kilometres.
We had some join points along the way to make it easy for people to participate. And every time we get it to a join point, Arthur and I would be like, holy cow, like there's even more people. The crowd just grew and grew and grew. So many people were following it because we didn't realise being in that bubble for those other 11 days, the content and the story had really resonated with so many people. And the amount of people that I'd get to a join point and someone would come and give me a hug that I didn't know and start crying and tell me about their favourite moment from the past 11 days was just insane.
Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. Thank you. All right, let's go.
Never have anticipated the impact it would have on myself, and not just myself, but for the whole team. In my army career, we always knew that it is only through tough training and hard times where a team really bonds. It was with people I never knew, and that relationship really grew very, very quickly, and we relied on each other for 12 days straight.
What I've learned about myself in the last 12 days is to be kinder to myself. You know, I think I have very high expectations, and it's learning just to accept what it is. So acceptance for self and acceptance for others making their own decisions.
I can now say that I know what it takes to partake in an endurance event as massive as this. From a personal standpoint, I think my relationship with Nat is also, a lot stronger, and I've made some really, really good friends in my life. I also have never, been away from my daughter and my wife for that long. In fact, this is the longest I've ever been away, 2 weeks.
Arthur is a special person. Yeah, I don't know anyone who, honestly, hand on heart, who would give up time away from their family to do this. But truly, it's just a different connection of knowing when to bring out the best in me, when to leave me alone. Matt just kept saying to me, listen to Arthur, just listen to Arthur. I just think there's not many people in the world, there's not many Arthurs in the world who would do this for anyone.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be standing here tonight without the other people that came with me on this journey.
I didn't realise the power of opening up would have such an impact on so many people. The amount of tears shed by myself, but also by so many other people was a really special moment.
I think this experience came at a time when I didn't realize how much I needed it. The end of last year was kind of a tough time for me, that I was feeling a little bit lost. Sense of real loss and grief, and also a sense of loss as far as not knowing what I wanted to do with myself next. I didn't have any real plan. And being part of this team was just the most beautiful experience. It did make me feel like I can do things I hadn't thought of before. That I can contribute to things in different ways.
I mean, I really learn a lot from everyone. Yeah, only they motivate me to do this work more, and also they make me strong. It's quite hard to give up after this project. I don't want to give up because I know the net doesn't give up, so I don't want to give up.
I expected the project to be difficult, but I was not expecting the level of insanity that all of us went through. This experience has changed my life. It came at a point where I was actually feeling a lot of inertia. I was also a bit stuck at what I was doing. I was feeling very complacent, and working with Nat has pushed me out of my comfort zone. I pushed myself out of inertia and actually feel a lot more invigorated after that.
The dream that Nat has kind of impacted all of us in the team. And the amazing part is that I think all of us actually put down all our egos as a team and come together. This journey taught me how to move forward. No matter how hard it's going to be, we just need to keep on moving forward.
We're like an old married couple.
Why I'm doing this for Nat is, I think it's quite simple. I think both Elaine and myself, we have an amazing relationship with Nat, and we love her to bits, and I didn't think twice getting into the project because I knew she needed me.
Will you do this again? Not for anyone, but I would do it again for Nat, for sure.
I'm willing to do it again, yeah.
If I could do it again, yes. I was really halfway through the trip planning the next one.
It's definitely a yes. Like what others say, we'll do it for someone that we love.
And I told Nat, if she says she's moving out for the next 1,000, I'm ready to go right away.
Yeah, I said not yet.